Good afternoon. Today we are calling all our media friends, and we want to express our gratitude to all of you for sparing your time. Our briefing today is we call the half-yearly crime conference. So it will be in brief a few information only. First, I will highlight the overall situation in Dimapur district. After that, I will hand over to our DCP crime for the detail of the case records. The overall law and order situation in Dimapur from 1st January till 3rd June, that is the data we have prepared, has been peaceful and under control. Under the Dimapur Action Plan, Dimapur Police is putting extra enforcement to control extortion and illegal taxation activities. Since the implementation of the district plan on 16/9/2021, extortion cases have come down. Traffic police are doing extra enforcement to prevent accidents, especially in the highway areas. To improve road safety, Dimapur Police Traffic has launched Care for You initiative. Moreover, in compliance to the government order, Home Department orders, all the check gates, including the Chemu Inter-District ILP check gate, which was ILP check gate, have been closed down except for the interstate check gate, namely Delhi Police Check Gate, Newfield Police Check Gate, and Kakati Police Check Gate. And all these, I'll give the detail of the check gate. So far, till this 3rd June 2022, the total case registration is 356, and total person arrested is 309. Now the detail of the case wise, I'll hand over to our DCP crime, Mr. Bharat, and he'll take over now.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. So I will basically give a crime statement, and later on in our press note also will be provided with the data. So I will highlight the crime trend for the previous year, and in brief I will compare it with the last year. Apart from that, I will highlight the major seizures and achievements of Dimapur Police, especially in investigation. So this year, till 3rd of June, that is the date when we invited you for press conference, we have registered 356 cases, and number of arrests made are 309. If we see the crime trend, the highest number of crime reported for this year is theft, which is 137 cases, followed by violation of NLTV cases, extortion, and NDPS Act case. If we compare this crime data with the previous year, that is year 2021, we have noticed a slight variation in the crime trend. Last year, highest number of cases were under theft, followed by extortion, followed by Arms Act, and followed by NDPS Act cases. The reasons for this variation is in year 2021, extortion, if you see, we had around 99 cases of extortion. We have launched district action plan. With the district action plan, there was specific drive against extortion, wherein initially we saw subsequent very steady rise in the extortion cases because there was high detection. However, because of our persistent and effort, the extortion cases over the period of time decreased, and that trend continued in year 2022. However, this year if you see NLTP and NDPS Act cases registration is very high. The reason being we had under the direction of Police Headquarters Kohima, there was a special drive against narcotics and contrabands. I think we have published some data earlier also in news media. So that's the reason this year we have very high seizure also. So I'll go to the directly to the seizures we have made this year, and some remarkable seizures are there. Especially under NDPS Act and NLTP Act, in total we have registered 83 cases. Number of persons arrested are 102. And if you see the seizure, this year we have seized contraband ganja, that is up to 659 kilograms, 659.5 kilograms. Crystal meth is 5 kilograms. World is yours, or also called Yaba tablet, is 1 lakh numbers. We have also seized brown sugar 2055 grams, 2055 grams, that is 2 kilo 55 grams, and SP capsule, that is 4,561 numbers. Heroin, that is 162 grams, and IMFL in total 71,929 bottles of various brands. Then we'll come next to the extortion, which I said compared to last year we had slight decrease in the extortion and arms act cases. This year in total combinedly we have registered 58 cases under extortion and arms act, and number of person arrested is 93. And the seizure of arms and ammunition, especially we have seized 27 arms of various calibers and various made, and ammunition we have recovered 1,130 rounds, and we have also seized 1 hand grenade. And just to bring more clarity, out of these 58 cases, 18 cases were detected by Assam Rifles, and 40 cases were detected by Nagaland Police. So, and as far as traffic enforcement is concerned, we have challan 7,500 personals this year. So of course in whenever we'll have a question and answer session, that time we can elaborate further on any specific case if you require. So now I will request Commissioner of Police sir to take over.
In continuation of this, some serious cases, we have detained 10 persons under NSA. That is for your information. And overall law and order situations in Nagaland, in regard to crime data, see the total case registered till the 31st May, the whole state is 746. The total case registered till 31st May for the whole state is 745. Yeah, sorry, 45. Out of that, 348 were registered from Dimapur, that is Newland, Chimu, and Dimapur, but it's under commissioner, so we call it Dimapur. So the percentage, the word log of these 3 districts comparing to other 13 plus 1 CID office, that is a PHQ. So 14 police station, 14 district versus 3 police station in Dimapur. The word log is percentage is 46.7. That is the percentage. So that is in brief, and we'll give you our press note. So all the data will give you. If you have any question, then you can put. I will try to clarify it. If not, then we have data, so we'll give you all the details.
Yeah, of course, last year ka data are not given since we have already had press conference regarding last year. But if you need specific clarification, you can ask me.
So, same period last year and now.
No,
Yeah.
what we have done this year, we have just given you whole year ka data for last year. It was just the crime trend analysis. What was the crime trend last year, which were the highest cases reported compared to the present year, that is half year. So we did not give the specific time period ka analysis. It was just crime trend analysis.
Yeah, the one which was present is December.
Yeah, that is whole year. If, just for if you want.
Have you made a comparison?
Yes, yes. For your reference, I think you arrived a bit late, so I already explained that. Maybe within 30 seconds, I can just tell you in crime trend. This year, the highest number of cases were registered under theft, followed by NLTV, followed by extortion, followed by NDPS Act violations. Theft, NLTP, extortion, NDPS. And last year, that is for whole year, the crime trend was like highest number of cases were under theft, extortion, Arms Act and NDPS Act case. And if you see, in fact, in 2017, the total number of cases under NDPS and Arms Act, NLTP were much lesser than what we have already registered this year within 5 months. So the reasons I think I already explained, or you may ask the follow-up questions if required.
So regarding the theft, last year it was mostly the two-wheelers.
Yes, correct.
So this year is also the same, or?
Unfortunately, yeah, I think.
Unfortunately, this crime is still
It's the
stand
same trend.
yeah same. You see, yeah. The problem here is we are also using a lot of unregistered vehicles also, honestly, in some, because we are yet to update all this, our system also. So because of this, we are so many outside registered vehicles, as you notice. So because of this also, whenever there is a missing, then it is very difficult to detect also. But this two-wheeler is still, it's a major challenge. This theft case is a major challenge for the police also.
So have you compared to last year, have you taken any specific measure to counter the theft?
See, as far as actually theft and other traffic-related incidents, we thought of introducing the technology also. And of course, this year, if you see, it's not only traffic regulation we are doing, we are actually enhance our traffic enforcement also. Even night time also, if you have seen in the town, and it is just not only theft, it is overall traffic enforcement. We have seen slight increase in the wearing of helmet of at least by the two-wheeler users. And for theft also, I think we have formed specific teams. We have one anti-vehicle theft squad also under Dimapur Commissioner. And apart from that, we have installed something called ANPR, automatic number plate recognition cameras. So that is at 3rd mile, that Nagaland bypass junction. So we have installed 2 cameras, ANPR cameras. So of course we understand it is very less for a city of the size of Dimapur, but yeah, I think that is something we have done so far.
That's only one camera.
Yeah, I think it is huge cost. It's very costly, and I think from our own resources and from the commissionerate side, we could so far manage only that much, the 2 pair of cameras.
From this revenue we earn from the traffic, 50% we are supposed to deposit to the government, and 50% we can use for the public safety. So we are utilizing and we are trying our best still. Regarding this two-wheelers, the thief case, this we also want to appeal to the public, because not a single case was snatched away. So that shows that the owner's negligence is also there, because not a single case of snatching the scooter or something like that was not there. So we also will have to be more sensitive and more careful when you park your vehicles. So this safety of your vehicle, the ownership of the owners, that is also very important. In the absence of the cooperation of the victim, it is very difficult to do the investigation also. So we want to appeal that since there's a lot of missing because of sometimes the negligence on the parts of the owners also. So this also we have to give awareness, not a complaint, but in the form of awareness to the public, so that we have to, the user also should be more careful. That is, we want to appeal. Yeah. No, you see, as per the MV Act, a commissioner or a deputy commissioner of the district can issue an order which will last for 30 days only. Because I cannot issue order which is more than, if it is more than 30 days, then my order will be, it cannot be implemented. So as per the MV Act. So for this, we have written to the government also to put the permanent order issued by the government. Now, timely, I have to give a gap, and then every time, whenever I issue order, it is only for 30 days. So for the time being, then there is a gap. But still, whether that order is there or not, we are doing the regular checking, frisking. I think you must have noticed as a pressman, in the evening, we are doing this thing intensively, and we are putting even extra force like IRB also, assisting the local police and doing all this checking.
If I may add, regarding a specific question regarding speed limit, if you see, there is a Motor Vehicles Act 1988 and section 112, subsection 1, wherein actually speed limit is defined. Ministry of Road, Transport and Highways has come up with the notification. And what our Commissioner sir was mentioning, that is, he was mentioning about subsection 2 of 112 of MV Act. So, just for your understanding, under 112 MV Act, as per the central notification, for vehicles used for carriage of goods, and I am only talking about the municipal limits of the four lane, since your question is regarding 4 lane, speed limit is 60 km/h. And as far as motor vehicles used for carriage of passengers comprising of 9 or more seats, again it is 60 km/h. And for passengers comprising not more than 8 seats, it is 70 km/h. However, if any state government wants to, because of the safety reasons or peculiarity of some terrain or topography or the demography or whatever reasons, it can restrict the speed, but it has to be done through notification in official gazette. So, as per section 112 subsection 2, state government or authority authorized by it can restrict the speed limit in the interest of public by notification in official gazette. So, I think as Commissioner sir has said, we have written to the government also regarding that. And meantime, of course, we had restricted the speed, but that was only measure and to understand and to gauge the response from the public and to see the effectiveness of it. However, we cannot do it on permanent basis.
You see here the,
See, dumpers and trucks, as I mentioned, see, we cannot just difference with dumpers, like dumpers, trucks, and I can say these are vehicles used for carriage of goods or materials. And as I mentioned, as per the notification also, the speed limit within municipal area is 60 kilometers and outside municipal areas it is 80 km/h. Unless and until we come up with the proper notification, gazette notification regarding restricting the speed, I think we can talk about many things on ideal basis, but factually it has to have legal backing. And second thing, we need to have a lot of technology intervention wherein, the speedometers, speed guns are there, speed cameras are there, wherein actually the displays are there on the road. If you have seen even in our neighboring state also, or in other places where actually if you travel your vehicle speed, you can see on the display, digital display in front of you. So I think we need a lot of investment and I think technological intervention, then only effectively we will be able to do it. As of now, we are just doing it manually, and there is nothing which prevents me from acknowledging that it is not very effective. I think that's
we appreciate your concern. That is, we also fully agree that. The problem here is, suppose if a policeman do the frisking, checking in the highway, then the traffic problem is. So honestly, in any tribal area, any person stopped by the police and check for say 5 minutes or say 1 second, that is also, it is very difficult now because of our attitude. So imagine if we stop there, this 4-lane, they say like a 3rd mile, then if you do the check-in or this thing, then the traffic will be, imagine, that is the problem. Because here we don't have a service lane. If you see the city, you go to Assam now, this Delhi Gate, this road to Guwahati. every 4 lane where there is a town, a small town, there is a service lane. So there we can do something, but here we don't have a service. Yes, we call the 4 lane, but there is no service lane. So even if you want to chase out all the vehicle also, see like where to park, no? Because there is no parking facility. So this becomes something like an individual right. Say if I have a shop here, then I should park my vehicle here. So this is the main problem. There were so many suggestions that all these trucks should go to the left. And then this first line should be given to the small vehicle or speed vehicle. But you see here also, because if we also exercise that one also, but if we push this 4 lane at the heavy vehicles to the trucks to the left side, then there was a parking, so the truck will cover the 50% of the road. There, the first lane also, the small vehicle also cannot fly. So this is the practical problem we have. Yes, we appreciate all the suggestions, and that also we have a concern. And as per the highway and 4 lane or 6 lane rules, all the slow vehicles or heavy vehicles should be on the left and right like that, a speed vehicle, it should be like that. But we don't have a service lane. So this is a major problem for a traffic man also. And this for checking, we are doing. But at that time, as I said, it is not very convenient for the public. That's why we are not being able to stop all the vehicle and check. Otherwise, free skin or check-in, that is no doubt daytime, nighttime also we are doing. And especially in the nighttime where the maximum accident took place, I mean, for the last few years, we are putting extra effort in the evening and the nighttime. Recently, we have seen a lot of these dumpers or carrying the building materials are moving in the city, because there is the crime rate has not increased, but the traffic problem has increased. Why? Because the policemen are not asked not to stop the vehicle at the gate, delay or new field. The Chimu gate has been withdrawn, so where the traffic police personnel used to stop the heavy vehicles, and there was a specific timing. But when there is, we cannot stop the vehicle, so all the, especially any business or any trucks, they want to enter, and when there is enforcement, when there is no enforcement, then the trucks are just coming to the city in odd time also. That's why there were like a few days of unfortunate incident that were happened yesterday. So we also police, we are not making excuse that because of there is no technology, so policemen are not doing that. And if we see the data, see the first 4 lanes, this was open, and then the vehicle accident took place. It was more than 15. But when we enforce this, it's still there, but it's coming down the traffic accident to, I should say that we must appreciate our traffic police personnel also. This accident has come down, but it's still there. And as a city, there's a lot of vehicle volume is also there, so we're also trying our best. What we mean is, we are not saying that this technology is not there, that's why we cannot do, that is not there. But as I have mentioned in the district planning board also, any city without the CCTV, I think this is the only city we are not very serious about this public security. So police side also we are trying our best, but we also want to appeal that all the citizens also, whenever you open your shop, at least you should put the CCTV. Then in the highway, the department or government also, we should come up with this technology, this support, so that this thing, unfortunate incident, or even if something happened also, police will be much easier to detect the cases. Regarding that St. Joseph, yes, that was very unfortunate, and police also were trying our best, and we're giving our best. And there were so many speculation, and then there's so many theories. And somebody, they even posed the vehicle which was not involved also. That made a lot of confusion. Not that this police, we have some information. And we have identified the type of the vehicles. But the problem is nowadays we are not being able to recognize the number. As I said, there is no technology, say we don't have this thing. If it is in other city, by now it must have been this thing. But unfortunately, our Chimu gate was, CCTV was closed because of this closure. So there are some few handicap we have, but at least police, we are doing the investigation, and we are all doing even the scientific investigation, which we never do before, so for this particular case. But when there is no direct eyewitnesses, only we, through some technology, we have identified the type of vehicles, but the number plate and all these things, we have not been able to do this. So this is there. But now if we leak out all these things to the public, then there will be a lot of speculation, then the investigation will be done by the individual. So again, it spoiled the investigation. So I appeal to all the public that we are trying our best. If you have any information, then please help us, and the police will give our best. And we are trying our best to detect this case. But it was very unfortunate. But the police were not casual about this case, especially in the other cases also. But especially this case, we also, till now, we have not been able to arrest because of we are not sure about the vehicle. Now, that is the problem. And there is no eyewitness, direct eyewitness. And this is the main problem.
In that specific case, just I would add, we have got a couple of footages. I think we have done extensive search from right from Kohima and beyond, and till the Assam side also. We have done extensive search. Our whole teams along all the stretches of road. Of course, I will not be mentioning the specific. But we have got good number of video footages with us. However, the quality in all cases may not be very good, and we have collected them and we have sent all these footages to the forensic analysis. That is one thing. Second thing, we are also doing telecom data analysis unit is there. We are taking help of it, and we are especially for the cellular data. Why I am just mentioning technological term, because I just don't want to reveal more information since it is still under investigation and we don't want to give any hints. One thing, as I already mentioned by our Commissioner sir, just to end the speculation, I think there were some rumors doing the round. One vehicle with some number plate was circulating in the social media. I think that is absolutely wrong information, and that particular vehicle which was doing rounds has nothing to do with the accident. And secondly, regarding some identity of the driver also, some news outlets had also published some information. I think that is also not correct. The why I am specifically mentioning on this part is we have very unique demography in Dimapur. So any kind of rumor, and especially news which is not substantiated by facts, can cause any law and order problem. So from our side, vehicle and accused are not identified so far, but we have got plenty of video footages which are sent for forensic analysis, and we are very hopeful. I think after the result, if there is something, I think you will come to know about it. I think that's a very valid this thing, and definitely we have challaned some of them. Of course, specific data is not with me, but that is one issue which is very risky and it leads to the accident. But apart from that, if you see, there is every violation of Motor Vehicle Act in Dimapur. That being the one which is serious, which may lead to the accidents. Apart from that, we have got plenty numbers of vehicles which are without number plates. So now it is not just blame game or like whose responsibility it is. I think first part of solving any problem is to identify and first to recognize, admit that it exists. What I am saying is the problem exists and we are admitting it is existing. So now that is the first step to take a corrective measures. So as our reporter has asked regarding that, I am telling, apart from that, every violation of MV Act is there, and we live in the society. I think we appeal to the public also. Unfortunately, most of our vehicles are stolen vehicles are used in Dimapur. Many times people don't do registration. You will see the registration from all over the country, and then people hardly have insurance papers. Many times people are not having actually valid driving license, vehicle documents, pollution under control documents. Now you see, if you we apply law in total letter and spirit, I'm telling you, it will not be exaggeration. Hardly any vehicle will be able to ply on the road. That is the situation in Dimapur. Now I think collectively as a society, we really need to look at it, our ethical and moral and our as a duties as a citizen also, because it's very easy to blame police and we are not shying away from it. Everyone can do it. We are getting paid for doing our job. But I think if citizens are saying you will not drive vehicles without documents, will not have driving license, we will use stolen vehicles, and then police to do all the things, I think it is not going to work that way. I think we need to have equal ownership and equal partnership. No, I have already given, see, if in press note, I have said that we have 7,500 vehicles have been challan. The point you mentioned, those vehicles are also under that. But the other details which I mentioned, I think that is also very important. Without addressing the whole problem, just tell light, we have challaned it, but I think the overall situation is what I have stated just now. Yeah, I got your point. Your point is the enhanced punishment for the repeated offenders. First offense, second offense, yeah. Right now we are doing, maintaining all the records manually, and we don't have any digitized database. So that is a handicap. So it may happen if somebody, of course it's a small unit. I think if data gets relayed, we got only two traffic control zones. But our data maintenance right now is manually. So it's very likelihood that a person may not get enhanced punishment for a repeated offense all the time.
You see, traffic, this vehicle, this is subjected to correction, but I think within 6 months, any vehicle brought from outside should be registered here. And all of us, most of us, we use other state registration. And as a citizen, we're also not responsible to do all these things also. So as our DCP has said that we are not making any excuse. But I always say this, in the absence of the ownership responsibility, then it is also very difficult. No? Any society cannot survive without the participation from the, if the owner failed to do his duty, then that is also a major concern for our society. So I think all the vehicle users or the owner of the should own the ownership. Otherwise, you are the owner and you are not owning the ownership. This and the responsibility, you want to give it to everything to others. I think this is also not a good the attitude for our society. So our appeal is that we want to appeal to our public, including me, all of us, we should own the ownership. If you have a vehicle, then you should own the vehicle. And you should follow all those, the requirements that the government order there. I think all those, I think we have to fulfill also. If you see in Dimapur, I think this is a major challenge because we see more outsider, and this, for me, again, that is not a police subject also. It has to be handled by the transport department. So, but I think the rule is there. 6 months, within 6 months, you have to change your registration. Because we are not paying the tax to the government also. So this is also a major serious issue. We are using the vehicle, but we are not paying the tax to our government.
So, do you feel that the safety and security of the citizens has been compromised due to the removal of check-ins?
No, as I say, the law and order is not, the crime rate has not increased. Whether the check gate is there or not, it is the responsibility of the police to enforce, to secure, to give the security. So we are trying our best. For police, whether there is a check gate or not, that is not a handicap for us. But as I say, some kind of the importance, like this one this accident case, like at Chimu, we had a CCTV, but because of the removal of the check gate, and we are asked not to keep any policeman there, so that is sometimes the requirement is not fulfilled. Otherwise, it is not a handicap. For the traffic regulation, yes, little inconveniences are there, but otherwise the rest, we are trying our best. And whether this check gate is there or not, the law and order, this enforcement, it is there.
ILP checking, where would it happen for?
ILP, because there is no gate, and then as per this government order, rule number 12, that police are not supposed to stop the vehicle without the presence of the enforcement and inspection team. So the enforcement team is considered by the Deputy Commissioner, headed by ADC. Of course, our police and transport department all are involved. But this is the order. So we have to follow the order. Now the policeman cannot stop the vehicles, the private vehicles or the commercial vehicle, and check the ILP, because unless we have a specific information, we cannot stop. That is, if we have a specific information, we can stop and call the committee. Last week, that one fellow died in the hotel, nah? Or which one? Yeah. That case is under investigation. Initially, we were doing the inquiry, and then now the case has been registered, and 5 persons has been detained, arrested, and then the investigation is on. But it is too early to say that this case. I mean, it's too early to conclude that. No, that now the investigation is on. So in short, I want to say that this is 5 persons has been arrested in connection with this. Maybe they are involved or not involved, but the 5 persons has been arrested for the investigation. The rest, this detail of the scenes, this is a very sensitive case. So we are also doing investigation with the sincerity. SIT team has been formed. So in short, this is the case is under thorough investigation. 5 persons have been arrested for investigation. Yeah.
See, to give only factual details, incident happened on date 20 and date 21 midnight. It started, but the whole chain of events starts on date 20 and it ends somewhere in the late afternoon of date 21. So of course it's subject to investigation. So that is the timeline. There are 3 locations. Of course, these are the places, hotels and other restaurants. So of course, 3 locations are there. I think after investigation, once it is proved, we'll give the details. But there are 3 locations in different part of the main city. Initially, since death was reported to police, UD case was registered under 174 CRPC. However, after receiving the complaints, from the mother of the victim, we have registered a FIR in West Police Station under 302, that is murder, and other relevant sections of IPC. After that, immediately one special investigation team was formed, headed by Assistant Commissioner of Police and supervised by Deputy Commissioner of Police, Dimapur. And subsequently, 5 individuals were arrested, and still it is under the process of investigation. So I think rest will, I think, give information once there is.
The victim was visited here.
Sorry, come again.
The victim was visited.
Yes, victim had come from Assam.
Assam, one along with one of his friends, they came for the party, for the birthday party celebration, which was invited by some friends here. So that was very unfortunate, that also. So after that incident, this police were also doing, as our DCP has mentioned, initially it was registered under UD case, and the inquiry was done. And at the same time, we also received the FIR from the mother side. And the police also, after the inquiry report, after we examine all this, we also feel that the regular case should be registered and then investigated properly. So combined with these two, the complaint from the mother side and then the police inquiry report, we feel that this should be investigated further. So the SIT team was formed and the case is under thorough investigation.
How old was the victim?
Pardon?
How old was the victim, the age?
27 or so. I am not very, yeah, that the particular.
Victim, of course, his age is 38 years. And I think we'll desist from giving any further details about victim. Yeah, apart.
Because I will appeal that because this, see, now he is the victim. So if we say everything to the media, then it may not be.
So is he in any way related to some high-profile personalities in Assam? Because normally police don't SITs investigating anything.
No, it's not like that. SIT form means, you see, SIT form, it is not because of the pressure that the public misconception that should not be there. Any SIT form means we feel that the case is vast, and then one IO alone may not be able to cover. And when this kind of this incident, then we need to have a lot of scientific investigation and a lot of this information we have to send to outside for the further verification. So that's why it is when any case which required more than one IO, then we always form the SIT. Otherwise, many of the murder case is headed by only one SI. So it is not that because of the high profile and it's because of the pressure from outside, we have formed the SIT. It's not like
Just
that.
one last question. Is this case also included in this data? Appearing?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. All this, yeah, because that was happened before 3rd June, yeah.
Was it murder?
Yeah, it is. Because any person, yeah,
Actually-
after the investigations, this may be murder or may not be murder also. But when the case is registered, any person died means police normally say 90% of the case. If any person died means it's registered under 302, that is a murder. Yeah, that's why it is always shown in
I
this.
think your question is valid, but if you see, we have given data till only 3rd of June. Yeah. So,
But this happened in 20.
yes. I think, as I said, initially it was being listed under as a UD case, that is under 174 CRPC, and subsequently, after the inquiry report and receiving complaint from the mother of the victim, FIR was registered, and then after registration of FIR only arrests are made.
As far as the people, it was found that that is not their rule in the next case, not their fault.
Yeah, that was one theory, another, because honestly, I was also not there, he was also not there. That is one side of the theory, and another side of theory is also there. So there are so many speculation and then theory. Now, so that's why, since this was involved, I mean, he was, say, found dead from his dead body or so-called was found from the hotel or brought to the hospital and declared died. That's why we have formed the team to investigate further, because we need to involve some scientific investigation also. So one IO alone cannot do. That's why that. So that was may be correct or may not be correct. But since the case is under thorough investigation, now I cannot comment further because the case is under thorough investigation. But we are doing sincerely this and the culprit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3-8, yeah, that's correct. So, closing remarks.
Yeah. I hope that is over, and then if we don't have further questions or queries, then thank you once again for your time. So with this, we'll conclude this press briefing.